Hi, you guys. So here I am. I know you were wondering when I was going to pop up and talk about this, and I'm gonna now. I was waiting to see how it all aired out. So what did you think about Tom Girardi's CFO for Girardi Keese buying a $120,000 purse for his escort girlfriend? Not that. No, way better than that. 120,000? Gotta be a Birkin bag. Christopher Kamon had 5 residences and paid his escort girlfriend $20,000 a month. What am I doing wrong? Now I want to read you something from the LA Times. One of my favorite writers, Matt Hamilton, wrote it. Hi, Matt. The devil is always in the detail. I should have a devil filter, but we'll wait. During the hearing Thursday, Assistant U.S. Attorney Colleen McGinn indicated that Kamon was running his own, quote, side fraud for years apart from a, quote, larger theft scheme that unfolded at Girardi Keese. That separate criminal operation remains under active investigation, she said. It involves losses of about $100 million in client money and several possible, quote, co-schemers, including attorneys and Kamon, she said. Well, I almost glossed right over that sucker. That sentence just thrown in there. But that's really telling as to what the larger indictment could be, or several indictments. I bet all the attorneys that took money from Girardi Keese and didn't account for it properly are really nervous, especially if any of that ended up back with Erika or any other people related to Tom Girardi. Can you imagine? I was talking about this with the Faces of Reality 16 lady. I love her. Anyway, see? This was written about, and she featured it on one of her streams. 2 attorneys suing Tom Girardi over alleged unpaid referral fees filed a document last month that details Wilkes' payment to Erika Girardi in October 2020. Wilkes and the financial controller for his law firm opened a Wells Fargo bank account with Erika Girardi in Tampa, Florida, and wired the first $150,000 to her. She filed for divorce the following month. The next wire for another $100,000 landed on December 30th, 2020. Erika Girardi received another $150,000 on April 2nd, 2021. In all, she's received at least $750,000, the document said. Ooh, I sure do hope that the lawyer Wilkes, Jim Wilkes, didn't get any money from Christopher Kamon that ended up going in that Tampa bank account that went to Erika Jane Girardi. Sure hope. So here's Erika Jane Girardi's post about the LA Times article, Tom Girardi's firm's CFO embezzled $10 million, spent thousands on escort and real estate, prosecutors say. And the pretty mess says, this shit gets crazier and crazier. Wow. Always a deep thought from Erika Jane Girardi. Always a deep thought. So as always, Lisa Rinna had to insert herself. And so this girl had commented under Erika's post, Erin Bellamonde. Erika, you seriously got bullied so bad over all this, with like a sad face. There's a due process for all things legal. And to the ladies, they should have been smart enough to realize that and quit running their mouths and found some other way to keep their storylines going. I'm Team Erika, 100%, kiss, hug, and then there's 212 likes. And then Lisa Rinna chimes in, as I mentioned, and says, at Erin Bellamond, some are smart enough. She asked us to wait, let the legal system handle it. This is Lisa Rinna patting herself on the back for still being Erika's friend and waiting. And I'm sure having the same manager had nothing to do with it either. Just saying, right? So I need to give you guys a little feedback on that comment. The women were loyal to Erika Jane Girardi, unbelievably so, in season 11. In season 12, they start to ask her to at least show remorse to the victims, and she can't seem to do it. And she says, just let's let it play out in court and this and that, as if she would incriminate herself if she said, like, I feel bad for the victims. This is not the case. There's plenty of ways she could have said that without incriminating herself. So I don't understand why people are saying the women should have waited. No one on the show ever in season 11 or 12 ever said, I'm not going to be your friend anymore, Erika Jane Girardi, because I think you're a crook and I think your husband's a dirtbag. And so, even though it hasn't played out in the courts, I don't like you. Nobody said that. I wish someone said that, but nobody said that. Instead, they were like, we're here for you, but we don't support the way you're talking about the victims. You're showing no remorse and empathy. So what the hell does that have to do with playing out this and like waiting for these cases to go down? I mean, I have empathy for the victims and I'm not involved. I feel emotionally invested, but I'm not. Have you guys ever heard this? Let me play you something.
I'm just wondering, like, in all the years that you've been doing it, how many times have you seen people get, like, harassed and threatened?
Oh, I think that goes with the territory.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's really stressful.
Huh?
It's really stressful.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that was coming.
Well, I didn't either. It doesn't happen in every case. It happens once every 200 cases or something. Somebody out there will say something bad. That's life.
Yeah.
This is Tom Girardi calling. Within 1 hour, you must take down your fraudulent bullshit statements about me on Facebook, or you're going to see another lawsuit. And if you want the money from this one, sign the agreement and send it back. Or if you don't, we'll send the money back to them. I'm not good at taking slanderous fraud out of somebody like you. If it's not there, I'm going to be looking. If it's not there, you're going to get the lawsuit.
What a wonderful way to speak to people already down on their luck, who are dealing with injuries and feeling defeated and having huge financial burdens on them with families. Oh, just so relaxing to listen to his lulling voice. But let's bring it back to sexy Chris Kamon now. So right now, the feds are trying to make a case that he paid attorneys money and they, in return, paid him money in the form of a kickback. In order for them to be able to prove that case, they're going to have to look at all the agreements that Chris Kamon personally and Girardi Keese had with those attorneys to see if they can see documentation to make sure that the payments that are being made to these attorneys have invoicing, have been reported on their tax returns, that there's no concealment, if there was cash paid, that it was documented properly, and that it aligned with existing agreements on both sides. If it isn't, they're in big, big trouble. One more reminder, this was in the LA Times article. At one point, McGinn, who was joined in court by a special agent from the IRS, said Kamon was responsible for the cooking of the books at the law firm. In the view of investigators, the alleged embezzlement totaled at least $10 million, and federal agents have continued to try to hunt down his assets and any secret funds. Did you guys ever ask yourself why Chris Kamon might have felt like he could just help himself to the pot in the way that he did? There's a few reasons I thought of. One is that Tom Girardi was suffering from Alzheimer's, truly, and he felt like he could get away with it. Two is that he was cooking the books, not just for himself, but for many, many people. And so he felt like he deserved more than his $350,000 salary because he was at risk of breaking the law the entire time and getting caught. I wonder if it's the first or the second. What do you guys think? Unfortunately, we're reminded yet again that things are not always what they seem. I'll leave you with a very quiet video that sort of brings this point home.